Hello students, welcome back to revision time. I hope you all are fit and fine. So as we were discussing the numericals of chapter motion, today we will be covering the back exercise questions. We have already covered the in-text questions. So for the previous videos, the link is in the description box. So first question, it says that an athlete completes one round of a circular track of diameter 200 in 40 seconds. What will be the distance covered and the displacement at the end of 2 minutes and 20 seconds? So what we are given? We are given diameter, that is 200 meters, and we will convert it into the radius, that is 100 meters. Time we are given 40 seconds for one round. We have to find distance and displacement. Another time we are given 2 minutes 20 seconds, in which we have to calculate the distance covered. We will convert it into seconds. So one round when athlete is covering, it means that he is covering the circumference of the circle, right? And circumference of circle is 2 pi r. So the distance covered in 40 seconds will be 2 pi r. In 1 second will be 2 pi r by 40, and in 140 seconds it will be 2 pi r by 40 into 140. Simply we are applying unitary method here. So we will get the distance as 2200 meters. So now for displacement. He is covering one round in 40 seconds, and in 80 seconds he is covering 120 seconds he is covering 3 rounds. So now we are left with only 20 seconds from this 140 seconds, right? So now when we know that he is covering 40 seconds in one round, and in 20 seconds he will be covering half round, right? So he will be going from position A to B, and displacement we know that is the shortest path between the initial position and final position. Here the shortest path is this straight line, and this is nothing but the diameter of the circle, and we are already given that diameter of circle is 200 meter. Hence we find the answer. Next question, it says that Joseph jogs from one end A to another end B of a straight 300 meter road in 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Then he turns around and jogs 100 meter back to point C in another 1 minute. What are Joseph's average speed and velocity in jogging from A to B and A to C? So this is straight line, and this is the straight road. He is going from A to B and covering 300 meters, and from B to C he is turning back and covering 100 meters. So what is the distance covered from A to B? That is 300 meters in 2 minutes and 30 seconds. We are already given this. So we will find the speed here, which is total distance over total time, that is we will get 2 meter per second. And for the average velocity, we have displacement over time, and displacement here is also 300, because initial position and final position is different, and the distance shortest path is of 300 meters. So same will be the displacement. Average velocity is also 2 meters per second here. So now from A to C, the distance he is covering is total 400 meters, that is 300 meter plus coming back from B to C 100 meters, it totals up to 400 meter. And time is also 150 seconds, that is from A to B 150 seconds he is taking, and returning to C he is taking 60 seconds, that is we are already given he is taking 1 minute. So average speed similarly will be this, and average velocity we will find here. Displacement is 200 meters. How? Because A to C we have to count, right? So A to B is 300 and C to B is 100. So 300 minus 100 is 200. So displacement will be 200 here. Question number 3. Abdul, while driving to school, computes average speed for a trip to be 20 km per hour. On his return along the same route, there is less traffic and average speed is 30 km per hour. What is the average speed of Abdul in the trip? So this is house here, and this is his school. So while going he is covering 20 km per hour speed, and while coming back he is in 30 km per hour speed. So while driving to school, his average speed is 20 km per hour. We are given this. And what is the formula for speed? Distance over time. Simply we will put the values and we will get here this equation where 20 we are already given, and we will take distance as d and time as t1 because we are not given these quantities. So we will mark this equation as 1. Also while coming back, similarly his average speed is 30 and we get this equation number 2. Also from equation number 1, we get t1 as d by 20. t1 will go here and 20 will here. Similarly t2 is d by 30 from 2. So now what will be the total speed, average speed? It is total distance over total time. What is total distance? That is d plus t. D of while going to school and d of while coming back. And total time is t1 plus t2. We know the values of t1 and t2 from here. After putting and solving, we will get 24 km per hour as the average speed of Abdul throughout the journey. Question number 4. A motorboat starting from rest on a lake accelerates in a straight line at a constant rate of 3 meter per second square for 8 seconds. How far does the boat travel during this time? So initial velocity is 0 meter per second because it is at rest. Acceleration we are given time, and we have to find speed. Simply we will use the second equation of motion and find the answer. Fifth question. A driver of a car traveling at 52 km per hour applies the brake and accelerates uniformly in the opposite direction. The car stops in 5 seconds. Another driver going at 3 km per hour in another car applies his brake and stops at 10 seconds. On the same graph, plot speed versus time for two cars. Which car traveled farther after brakes were applied? So for the first car, we are given the initial speed, that is 52 km per hour, and we are given time, that is 5 seconds. Convert km per hour to meter per second. So on the speed time graph, let us plot the graph. So here we have the speed as 14.4. So it will be somewhat here, right? And we have time 5 seconds, this. So the slope will be this. AB will the slope for the first car. Similarly, we have second car whose initial speed and time we are given. Let us plot this. Time is 10 seconds and speed is 0.8, somewhat here. And we will get the slope as this, right? So slope for first car is AB and for the second is CD. So from graph we know that distance traveled can be calculated from the speed time graph by the area under the slopes. So for the car 1 we have area under triangle OAB, and for car 2 we have the triangle OCD. This is OAB triangle and this is OCD triangle. So after putting the values we will get the results. So distance of car 1 is greater than car 2. From here we can see that. So hence car 1 with the speed of 52 km per hour traveled farther after the brakes were applied. So next question. Question number 6 says that we are given the distance time graph of 3 objects, that is ABC, and we have to find out the answers to the following questions. So sorry I missed the slide of questions here, so I will narrate it for you. So the first question here, A part, is the which of the three is traveling the fastest? So we know that speed is distance over time, and in the distance time graph the slope tells us the speed. So we can see that the slope of B is greatest and the speed is also maximum. So B is traveling the fastest. Second B part is, are all three ever at the same point on the road? No, they are never at the same point on the road because they are not meeting at the same point. The lines are not crossing at the same point. C, how far has C traveled when B passes A? So on the y-axis we are given the distance. Here one big unit is equal to 7 small units. As we can see here, one big unit is equal to 7 small units. This is the big unit and these boxes are the smaller units. Right? So one big unit is 7 small units. That means 7 small boxes sum up to 4 kilometer and one small box is 4 by 7 kilometer. So initial distance of C is 4 boxes, right? As we can see here, initial distance is 4 boxes. So what will it be? 4 by 7 into 4, that is 16.7 kilometer. So when B passes A, C covers 8 kilometer. So here, when B is passing A at this point, where is C? It is here. So this corresponds to 8 kilometer. So when B passes A, C is covering 8 kilometers, which is the final distance. Hence the distance covered by C when B passes 8 is this. Right? So part D. How far has B travelled by the time it passes C? So by similar method, when B passes C, it is the distance covered at 9 boxes and we can find the distance. Question number 7. A ball is gently dropped from height of 20 meter. Its velocity increases uniformly at the rate of 10 meter per second square. With what velocity will it strike the ground? After what time will it strike the ground? So clearly we are given height here, which is nothing but the distance. Acceleration is given, initial velocity is given because it is dropped from height. Initially it was at rest. We have to find final velocity and time. So by simply applying these equations, we can find easily. Next is question number 8. So the speed time graph for a car is shown here. Find how far does the car travel in first 4 seconds. Shade the area on the graph that represents the distance traveled by car during this period. So here, this is 4 seconds time. What distance the car has traveled? This distance. This shaded area. Right? So in the graph we can see that the shaded part is 62 squares, which are the small units. On x-axis, one big unit is 5 small units and 5 small boxes is 2 seconds. So one will be 2 by 5 seconds. Similarly on y-axis, one small box will be 2 by 3 meter per second of speed. So area of one box will be this and area of 62 small boxes will be this, and then the distance traveled by car will be this in 4 seconds. B part asks us which part of the graph represents the uniform motion of the car. So here, this line, this part shows the uniform motion. Let this be the point A and this B. So AB shows the uniform motion. Question number 9. State which of the following situations are possible and give example. So first is an object with a constant acceleration but with zero velocity. So yes, this is possible. For example, a freely falling body from height, it have the acceleration due to gravity, which is approximately equal to 10 meter per second. But the initial velocity here is 0 meter per second. B part, an object moving with an acceleration but with uniform speed. Yes, this is also possible. How? A car in a circular track, it have acceleration due to the direction. Change in direction provides the acceleration here, but not the velocity. C part, an object moving in a certain direction with an acceleration in the perpendicular direction. Yes, this is also possible. How? In a circular motion. For example, this is a circular track. A car is moving here, right? In this path. So the acceleration is towards the radius, which is nothing but perpendicular to the object, right? Question number 10. An artificial satellite is moving in a circular orbit of radius 42 to 50 kilometer. Calculate its speed if it takes 24 hours to revolve around sun. So velocity of an object in uniform circular motion we know is 2 pi r by t. Simply we are given the values of r and t. Put the values and find the answer. So I hope this was helpful for you all. If you want these notes, please mail to the mail address in the description box. And do like, share, comment and subscribe. Thank you.